I just fell in love with him. I Anton Yelchin was a dear friend. I was in his very first movie he ever did, and I just was so saddened by his tragic death. And I remember just wanting to watch that movie.
Hey. Hey. Are you awake? Come on. I have something I want to show you. Oh, sweet. We'll get a different house. We'll get a better house. I promise you. Damn it, Charlie. I needed those people to buy this house. I needed it. I need it. Charlie, you have to understand that. Oh, what would your father think of us? Crying like this. Oh, sweetie. I've been having a hard time saying goodnight myself, and maybe I thought that selling this house might make it a little easier. Just pack up the memories and just move on. I haven't stopped. I haven't let myself. You know, the last time I think I cried was when you were born. Your first bath was half water and half my tears. Now look at you. You're 12 going on man of the house. I don't think that's very fair.
There's something out there, Mom. Oh, man.
I know. Okay. Your turn.
Good night, Dad. I love you and I miss you. And I made a basket.
I'm glad that she's gotten to the point where it doesn't bother her to give me a small part in her movie.
The idea of pairing them together in a movie was irresistible. Willa Holland, who plays Susan's youngest daughter, things that were happening in her real life and her family life that sort of, some of them overlapped with what was going on with the character in the movie. It seemed really a perfect fit.
Her relationship with Anton is one of the really wonderful gems, I feel like, in the movie.
The role of Dorian was critical.
And I think everybody in the room just fell in love with Anton right away.
He's sort of, you know, I think probably one of the best young actors out there.
He understood it immediately, got it.
I cannot say enough great things about him.
Anton is so charming and so engaging that it's very hard, you know, to make him sort of just disappear into the woodwork, into the wallpaper. He just doesn't. He pops.
Has this just like ability to make you like I just want to hug him during this entire process.
I mean, I've never had so much fun making a movie with somebody.
The guy just has so much raw talent. It actually freaks me out in a way, and it actually makes me really jealous.
He was my favorite thing in the whole movie.
It's a very hard role to pull off because it requires both a sort of innocence and a degree of kind of cynicism and sarcasm.
They can't stop raving about the kid. Nobody can. There's not a bad thing you can say about Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, it was kind of hard, you know, having that butting head sort of weird tension because I really liked him.
How's it going?
Good.
How's it going with you, Ben?
I'm good.
I'm good too. So we have a quorum, all good.
We were very excited about Justin Chatwin joining the cast as well.
The idea that Grace and Dorian learn in the end that they are true friends, you know, there's a true friendship there. Knows who she is, they get each other on sort of the highest level of understanding who this person is and caring about them.
It's very truthful, and that you can have a guy friend that you're very, very close to and who understands you and who you love, but you don't have to be in love.
I played Anton's mother 6 years ago when he was 11. He was just a kind of cherubic little boy, sweet round cheeks. And it's kind of stunning to see what passes in 6 years for a child. He's a young man now. But it's wonderful because I feel a very close connection with him. Day one of shooting, I kind of feel like I'm his other mom.
I'm the mom now, and I'm proud to be that. I worked with Anton before. I played his mother a long time ago when he was 11, and he was about this tall. And most of my stuff was okay. It was actually amazing to meet up with him again and see what an incredible young man he's turned into. And when my daughters bring a boy home one day, I hope he's as sweet and wonderful as Anton. And as smart and as talented.
Sir.
Anton Yelchin, who was born in Russia, had until very recently never returned, but he speaks fluent Russian because his parents do. He is the only guy who could have played this part.
We should be arriving at Vulcan within 2 minutes. Thank you very much for your time.
So the idea was that he was kind of a little young Beatle, and that he was one of the youngest, kind of the prodigy of the ship.
The ship's exhaust wake. If we adjust our shield frequencies, we should not be detected.
Wait a minute, kid. How old are you?
17, sir.
Anton's a wunderkind. Frankly, I feel he may be superhuman. He's 18. To be so young and to possess such an awareness of humanity and psychology is a very, very bright kid.
He knows every fact about every subject. He speaks, I don't know how many languages this kid speaks, but he's a genius.
Anton and myself and Bruce Greenwood, who plays Captain Pike, had this chess tournament, and Anton's a little chess genius. I mean, he whipped us both, hands down. Just some of the funniest times I remember was watching Anton beat Bruce, and it's just like,
Next.
Anton genuinely is Russian, although he doesn't actually speak with an accent. He can speak perfectly fine. But his accent was so...
It was so perfect.
They're creating a singularity that will consume the planet.
Obviously, he's able to do the accent flawlessly, but had a real issue with the W's.
I verify, sir. It's out there.
And he's like, well, that's not really what, how Russian would, but he ended up doing it because it was so classic.
Ensign authorization code 95 Victor 2. Walter said, you have to do your own thing. The fun thing for me was to take what he brought to it, but also finding that balance between where is Chekhov's accent and where is a real Russian accent. Our mission is to assess the condition of Vulcan and assist in evacuations if necessary. We should be arriving at Vulcan within 3 minutes. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, it was a kind of a, this is gonna sound cheesy and cliche, but it was a really kind of special group that we had, and everyone is still in touch, and that's.
I was going to the Bible of movies, which is IMDb.com. It said that you love chess.
I do like chess.
Is this really true?
That is true, yeah.
Do you love it or
like
it?
I
like
it
quite a bit.
What's your first move? The first move at chess game, what do you do? You have a go-to move?
Yeah, I don't know. I either go the king's pawn 2 forward or king's pawn 1 forward. I'm not good at chess. Okay. But you enjoy it. You enjoy it. Yeah, I'm just saying, I enjoy it.
I'm not saying I win.
That's pure. That's pure. It's not
Most of the
about
time I
pride.
just sit and
You just
stare at
love
the
it.
board.
You love the ego. Yeah, exactly. And let's see.
an incredibly smart guy. I remember in the first films, we would sit around playing chess together, collectively as a group, and Anton was unbeatable. He was literally the smartest guy in the room, yet he was very humble about it.
We'd been working a 19-hour day, and we were all really, really tired, and Anton looked particularly tired. His eyes were really red, and he was having to do this very complicated speech about if we drop out of warp and come in behind Saturn, and he couldn't do it, and he was making me laugh so much because I could see the panic in his eyes, and yet he was a little bit giggly. We were all a bit giggly, and I just remember looking at him, and I'd only met him a few days before, but just feeling such huge affection and warmth towards him. He had that about him. He demanded your love without ever sort of having to try to, He was extraordinary, and we all miss him so much. I can't even begin to tell you.
I invited Anton back to my trailer to play guitar because I knew he played guitar, and he was a really, really gifted guitar player. And he said he couldn't because he had to go back to his trailer to translate a novel. And I was like, what? He's 17, mind you, at the time. I was like, what are you talking about? So I went back to his trailer, and he showed me this very thick Russian novel that he was translating just for fun, and that kind of encapsulates the creative curiosity of Anton.
The first time I met him, he was actually with his mom.
And Anton came to the office, and man, he came in and he had this big smile on his face, and it was as if we have known each other our whole lives. And he just gave me a hug, and at that point, I knew as if everything's going to be okay. And that's, in many ways, that's the spirit of Anton. You know, I think nothing ever fazed him, and he was always so optimistic and hopeful. And he shows up to work every day with a smile on his face and had 1,000 ideas, and always curious. And it also reminds me that that's why I want to make movies. That's you know, and that will stay with me for the rest of my life, you know, and I know with anybody that he's ever worked with or had interaction with.
Have you thought about what you might do with his character in the next film?
No, you know, he's Chekhov as Anton.
And Chris, while you guys were filming,
I love you. I love you too. Yeah, I mean, Chris and I met. We're both from the Valleys. We got along really well, and we're still good friends. And
he called you a cream puff.
Who called me a cream puff?
Chris.
Christopher called me a cream puff.
A dreamy cream puff.
A dreamy cream puff.
So what would you call him?
A lobster.
Weasel.
Oh, weasel.
A lobster
I didn't
and a
say that.
weasel.
Clearly, someone isn't part of this. This
bromance. Well, you guys have really good chemistry on screen.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, just checking in. What you up to?
Did you do anything to sort of facilitate that?
A lot of scientific experiments.
Yeah, yeah.
Together we prepared test tubes galore.
Yeah.
Anton and I got to improv a lot together, and he's one of my good friends, so we just kind of riffed and really had a good time with that.
I heard from a little bird named Ian that there was actually a little bit of a bromance between you and Anton.
Ian Cripps?
Yes.
You know Ian?
He put me to work. He told me I had to ask you this.
So then have you met Anton beforehand?
Yeah,
He's
pretty
a cutie,
well.
right?
He's awesome. He's a good
little
guy.
cream puff, right?
A cream puff.
A little cream puff.
I never would have described him in that way.
Tell him that when you go in there.
That he's a cream puff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we hit it off. We both live in the Valley. We're about the same age, so we kind of, we got a little bromance going.
Yeah, and talk to me about the ad-libbing between you guys. Is that something that
He's honestly, Anton's a very funny, very smart guy.
Or is it still that way?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's different. I think when you're a little kid, you cry for half an hour and then you feel really good, and like you've just like you know, all the negative energy sort of that's gone.
Right.
I think when you get older, you go to those places and then you leave them and they're a little harder to snap out of. Not outwardly, it's not like you continue to cry, but inwardly, you've gone to a place that is much more painful, you know, and so it takes a little bit more to sort of get out of that. But it is still the same feeling of investing everything that you have into a moment. Then you can kind of step out of that moment, but it does get more difficult, I think.
What made you want to do this all in the first place?
The film?
Or acting?
Well, my parents are athletes, and they wanted me to do sports, and I wasn't very good at sports. And a friend of ours suggested, because I was very shy, but very privately animated, and sort of a closer family friend of ours suggested they take me to an acting class, and I went and I loved it. It was like the first thing I consciously said to my folks, like, I want to do this. I want to make this
what
my
was it
life.
that got you?
I think it was actually the improv. I went to a great acting class called Chris Kyre's acting class, and it was but it wasn't called Chris Kyre's acting class. It was called Chris Kyre's Actors Workshop. But he had like a class for little kids, and it was like all like 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and we did a lot of improv. Like, we would do things like where he would give us an assignment to come home and make something and then do a commercial for it.
Did it make you less shy? And
school and things?
It did. It's actually
Meeting McLevin.
Howdy.
Hey, how
nice
are
to meet
you?
you. I'm Cameron.
Nice to meet you, Cameron. Fright night.
Oh, yeah.
Anton's the greatest.
Oh, he was amazing.
Dude, this is awesome.
You know, I got the original poster, too.
Dude, I love this movie. It's where I met Anton.
Yeah.
It was like we became dear friends after that.
Yeah.
It was like the most tragic shit ever.
Oh,
you know? So
amen. And
forever.
that whole entire cast is just
So good.
Tony
Dude,
Collette. That was good.
Imogen Poots.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Amy,
yeah.
she's the best.
Yeah, it was amazing.
We really bonded on that movie.
It was amazing meeting you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
great to
very
meet you,
much.
dude. Have a good time out there.
Thinking woman's sex symbol? Is that your goal as an actor?
You know, it's funny that you should say that. No, I don't know. I don't really, I guess, see myself as anything. I just hope.
So it's funny because you look at your IMDb page these days, and it's like, you know, okay, it's Anton, gorgeous woman, Anton, gorgeous woman, Anton, gorgeous woman. As you go movie after movie.
I mean, look, it's not like I got a problem with it. You know? I mean, it's very. I'm very fortunate. You know.
You've been typed as a stud. That's
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm very fortunate. You know, the thing is, I feel like there's a real danger that when people look at actresses, they just look at the outside. You know, I mean, I think that's just a Hollywood. That's just Hollywood.
Yeah.
But there's a history of women that defy that. You know, I mean, and. I've been very fortunate, yes, on an aesthetic level as a straight guy. Sure, it's wonderful to be on set with someone as beautiful as Berenice, but that's not what makes the experience anything. You know what I mean? The intimacy and the beauty of working together is creating interesting things and sharing ideas and emotions, and I feel very fortunate because that's what I felt on this set all the time. And I feel it all the time, like just being around Berenice, I just feel a connection and a genuine energy that is important for filmmaking and fundamental in life, but also fundamental in filmmaking. And I think the sad thing is because women are put in these boxes like, oh, well, beautiful woman gets to do this, you know? It devalues that other special side that allows magic to happen on screen, you know. And I think people like Berenice or Felicity or Imogen or Jennifer, like people I've been very fortunate to work with.
There's someone that actually knows what he values and what he cares about, and is willing, most importantly, to sacrifice his life, everything he has, to protect those that he cares about. Because at one point he had no idea that was fundamental to him, and I think it's a moving character arc. You just can relate, you know, because we don't always understand what our values are until it gets to a point where we might lose the things that we value most.
And would you eventually, do you think, direct or?
I'd like to. I mean, if I'm lucky enough, I'd like to.
Well, good luck with Fright Night.
Thank you.
Have a lot of fun with it, and we'll see you again, I'm sure, in Toronto, and then hopefully along down the line. But
Absolutely.
we always like watching your stuff. I think the first time we worked with you was a couple years ago on that Depression era portfolio.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's right. With Kat Dennings, my friend Kat.
We've tortured you before,
Yeah.
so we'll torture you again,
Well,
I'm sure.
I look forward to being
in the best
tortured.
possible way. All right, thanks, Anton.
Thanks very much.
In 2016, actor Anton Yelchin died outside his Los Angeles home when his Jeep Grand Cherokee rolled back a steep incline and pinned him against his driveway gates. It was a freak accident that shocked the world, including his close pal and one-time co-star, Dennings. Following the tragic news, Dennings tweeted, "Anton Yelchin was one of my best friends. Can't say anything that conveys what this feels like." She also took to Instagram to further express her disbelief and pay her respects. She wrote, "I'll think about this kid every day for the rest of my life. I'm so lucky to have had him as long as I did." Dennings had previously discussed with Indie London how her friendship with Yelchin originated at the audition stages for Charlie Bartlett. She also revealed that their respective mothers had become close as well, saying, "Our moms are now best friends, so 3 times a day I get an Anton update, and he gets the same about me. It's really cute."
Like, I don't know, I'm not that easily peer pressured. So I hope I stay like that.
That was like a combination of both their accents. No, they're the sweetest,
They're
man.
the
They're
nicest people,
yeah.
You carry fear, you then carry it the rest of your life until you can get rid of it, and it affects every little thing you do, I think. First a little bit, and then more and more and more and more. And I think historically you see that in repressed nations. I'm sorry, I'm getting heavy. I should have just said, you gotta let go of your fears. Have no fear. And by the end of the film, this character has to contend with something that I think is really profound, which is that things can be short-lived and still be very meaningful. And how do we accept that that they don't last forever? You know, and I found that really, really moving when I read the screenplay. But
he's always kicking himself because he hasn't seen this or he hasn't seen that, and it's like, stop! You got plenty of time. You know.
I know, but I just, you know what I mean. I'll feel
Well, it's one
good
of those-
when I've seen that.
I've always-
Yeah, well, when I was about, I guess 11 or 12, and it was being sort of evident to my folks that this is something that I wanted to do. They said that I have to start watching movies if I'm going to do it, because you have to have some knowledge of what's been done in the past if you're going to attempt to do anything. And so I've stayed up with it. It's probably my favorite thing to do, other than, you know, be with people I care about, is to just watch films. And so, yeah, I try. I'll be proud of myself at one point when I've seen the long list of movies that I have to see. But
he's always kicking himself because he hasn't seen this or he hasn't seen that, and it's like, stop! You got plenty of time. You know.
I know, but I just, you know what I mean. I'll feel
Well, it's one of
good
those-
when I've seen that.
I've always.
Thank you, Bobby. That was just the nicest thing.
Ever get a connection with each other? Like a deep connection?
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, you share things in especially as these people, as committed as you are. I mean, you lose yourself in these people, and then you end up sharing. I mean, we came out of this movie feeling like we'd been married, we'd had this 8-year relationship. You feel like you're sharing so much with this person on this very, very intimate level in a way that you wouldn't. And I mean, sometimes you do, because scenes take on a life of their own, but especially when working in this format, definitely you end up just connecting in very intense ways and sharing this very intense experience. Well, I think, go ahead.
Oh, no,
Go. I'm not speaking.
I think we were keen. We had a very intensive week of rehearsal where we planned out, because we see them going from 19 to 27. So we had to make sure that these characters realistically grew and changed. I think in terms of bringing, of course, as an actor, you always bring elements of your own experience to it. But it was definitely about making Anna and Jacob as convincing as characters as possible.
Excellent.
See, it was really worth me going first.
I thought so. Yeah,
I don't have to say anything. I concur.
And it's about a luckless fellow, played by Anton, who happened to work out, because he works a lot. I mean, every time you turn around, there's he's in that too? I mean, he's really in a lot of pictures. So he managed to find a little 20-day period where he wasn't working, and we shoehorned him in there, and we got him out. And those are two different questions, aren't they?
I'll never forget his laugh.
I'm sorry.
Что ты можешь сказать?
Ну, я рад, что мне приятно то, что ждут, и мне приятно то, что... Я надеюсь, что им понравится, что я могу сказать. Мне очень приятно было, очень я чувствовал, что быть частью этой серии, этой иконичного, Терминатора, большой честью, потому что я всегда был большой фанат. И работать с Кристианом прекрасно, он очень-очень трудолюбивый и профессиональный, и обожает то, что он делает. И когда ты вокруг вот такого профессионализма и такой любви правильной, что твое собственное отношение к работе и твоя любовь к работе я не знаю, validated тем, что ты вокруг него. От 14 часов до 19-20 часов месяца.
5 месяцев.
Мы были все время в Albuquerque, в Нью-Мексико. снимали часто или на студии, поэтому не так часто меняли. Скажем, все было достаточно близко, поэтому были вот пару мест, где мы снимали вот где-то 3 недели в одном месте, 3 недели в другом месте и так далее. В одной, но если вы смотрите кино, и вы видите разные... Ну, Сан-Франциско снаружи не видно, виден Сан-Франциско внутри. И внутри это было на площадке. А снаружи вот этот как бы поломанный мир, это был... где же мы это снимали? Где-то снаружи, я не помню. Я не был наружу, поэтому я точно не помню.
Хорошо.
Если захотят, чтобы я снялся, я снимусь с большим удовольствием.
С удовольствием, да. И...
Ну, я уважаю пару русских режиссеров, очень уважаю Сакурова, Михалкова. И если бы меня пригласили такие режиссеры, я бы, конечно, хотел у них сняться. Хорошо.
Мне было очень приятно.
And Anton, we have a little something in common. I have a scar on my shin, and I heard you got a scar.
I do.
From Terminator, which is way cooler than mine.
How did you get your scar?
A mole was removed.
That's pretty good. It's all right.
It's kind of
How did it get removed? Like, did it get someone like stabbed
I
you?
was like,
I have one over here. I have one from a mole as well.
Yeah, so, well, we've got moles, and how did you get yours?
Like Mack trucks.
Yeah, I got mine by falling off of a truck and dangling upside down and slamming my shin into the side of the truck and getting back on the truck and hearing Sam Worthington laugh uproariously. Actually, Worthington aggravated my scar. And
it was hurt, and it just started going deeper and deeper.
Yeah, and once I heard the laughter, I was like, Worthington, no, you
And speaking of like, well, not speaking of it, but you know, there's a lot of like crazy machines that are going on. What do you think is the craziest machine that you guys had to work with?
I mean, seeing
Sam Worthington.
That's what I was saying. Speaking of, because I was thinking Sam Worthington might be the craziest.
You're totally right.
You're both, you know, you're the famous director Ron Howard's daughter, and you are the Russian premier Boris Yeltsin's son. How does that feel to be that person? You were. Did I get you?
Yeah, I'm not his son, no. Not his son.
Well, maybe you should ask your mom's over there.
Mom, am I Boris Yeltsin's son? Never. No. Dad's son.
The mom is here. The mom is here. Everybody, the mom is here.
Yeah, you did.
Let's talk about the concept of time travel, just in general.
Yeah. I mean, time travel is really confusing.
Yeah.
It's like...
Thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Just, you know, what's great about it is that, you know, it ends up becoming a true platonic friendship. You know what I mean? Right. Where two people realize that they are now each other's extended family.
Get to work with this lovely young lady. Come on, there had to have been a little bit of a draw there.
Yeah.
No, he had to spend hours. Actually, I'm sure he feared for his life. We had a lot of moments. We have a lot of driving, and
she's from New York,
and I'm from New York.
Right,
so as you can imagine, I haven't had that many hours logged on the road.
No.
But also, we were driving a lot on the real highway and through traffic with the camera on the front of the car obstructing my view. And you know, we're doing the scene and Anton's like hands are like digging into his seat, like but no, it was fine. I think he forgave me by the end.
Now you guys have an interesting relationship in this film.
And Dorian brings out in Grace this side of her. I mean, she's always working and really serious, and her sister at one point says, you know, she's such a bitch, and he says, really, you think that's what she is? Because he sees this other side of her that he brings out, and he really allows her to have fun and to laugh and to be a kid, you know, to be a young person, because she's been sort of in her own mind dealt this ton of responsibility at a young age. She's trying to get out of her small town, and so he really liberates her and allows her to have fun and laugh. And I think it's nice too, because what Anton was saying about, you know, having a film about a platonic friendship, I feel like it's not. You don't see that enough these days.
Oh,
you know,
you're
if
so
young
right.
people are in a movie,
they have to
getting
jump
along,
into bed right away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
so it's nice.
You know, it's a movie I just saw the other night. I won't tell you, and I'll tell you off camera after. But loved it. But these characters, and you'll probably get it by what I'm telling you, but these characters meet one night, and then by the end of the night, they've slept together, and it's like, okay, you know what? Like, yeah, you're thinking you love each other after 5 hours of being with each other, but you're right. Like, started off as a platonic, like, we didn't really have to see them jump into bed. Like, there wasn't really a necessity for that. And I completely agree with you because, let's face it, you've got a lot of teens, a lot of kids going to movies these days, watching these movies and thinking, hey, it's fine, it's perfectly fine. But they don't get that person. Anton, what was it like for you? Did you ever watch the two of them working together?
So it's very interesting.
I think people don't realize, you're working with your mom. I mean, how many people work with their parent, And obviously there's a whole slew of, experiences that you have
farmers
in, like, the way that...
work with their parents.
True.
If you're a farmer,
Yeah,
you grew up on the farm and you work with your parents.
That's true.
So I wouldn't say
Assuming
no
that
one
your
knows
Yeah.
what it's like to work.
Not one person, Anton knows.
No, I disagree. I really disagree.
Listen, I worked with my dad for a summer. Not happening again. Do you feel pressure sometimes that you've got these famous parents that, or...
I think it's a personality thing, whether you allow what exists in your life to influence you, and it's never been my personality to feel that way. So no, I've never felt that way. And also for me, it kind of... I've been so blessed in a way that I've had this example and I've been around, I've been exposed to it. So I know a lot about the industry that somebody who is just starting out, I'm only 23. And so to be starting out in this business, I've already grown up knowing certain things about the industry that I think I really would be ignorant of.
Fan bases. Are you Star Trek? Are you a Trekkie? Are you ever
No.
into it? No? But you will now.
Now I will be.
Yeah, now you will for sure.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Terminator.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Cool,
man, very cool. But what else are we going to see from you? You have New York stories too, right?
We both have New York.
Yes, that's New York. But that's in the festival as well.
Yes.
So how did you? So you were in different stories in that?
Yeah,
or?
it was funny. It was weird. I was visiting him on set.
Yeah.
He was in Brett Ratner's short, and then just by coincidence, like 2 weeks later, I ended up becoming involved also and doing a different thing. So it was weird.
Yeah.
You don't
We just
live in
need
New
to
York,
work
though.
together all the time.
But that's neat. Like New York, you're saying you're from New York. How amazing! Well, you know what? Congratulations to both of you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and best of luck with this movie and everything else. And I know we'll be talking to you loads more again. So thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.